People in this world always ask when they do anything, why should I learn and why should I do it? What will I get if I learn and do it? Hello YouTube friends. I have asked me these questions from my friends who have been studying the Tao Te Ching for decades. Today, I will give you a report, hoping that everyone can understand the important value of the Tao Te Ching to each of us. As the saying goes, businessmen cannot afford to be too early if they're not profitable. If all of us in the world spend our energy to learn something, we will definitely ask what we can get. Speaking of Laozi and the Tao Te Ching, countless people around the world are full of admiration and yearning, especially the admiration of emperors, leaders, and social elites of past dynasties. It also makes many of us feel mysterious about Laozi and the Tao Te Ching and have the urge to learn more about it. However, there are not many people who are really willing to invest their lives and work hard. Of course, it has been recognized for thousands of years that the Tao Te Ching is difficult to learn. It may seem like just 5,000 words, but it actually has profound principles. It discourages many people. There are also some friends who are obsessed with the Tao Te Ching. After reading it for many years or even decades, they are still just annotating the Tao Te Ching with their own thoughts. As for whether we have understood the true meaning of the Tao Te Ching, we dare not easily assert it even after studying it for decades. Here, as a fellow practitioner, I share my experience of studying and practicing the Tao Te Ching for 20 years. I would like to have an exchange with you. I hope it will be helpful to you in learning the Tao Te Ching, and I also hope to receive guidance and enlightenment from the Taoist Tao. Now I will share with you what I have gained after studying the Tao Te Ching with some of my practicing friends, divided into 6 points. The first gain helped us break through complacency and arrogance. You see, there are some strange phenomena in reality that have put many of us into a very absurd and funny situation. The first type is people who have no special skills but are still arrogant. The so-called poor and arrogant people are arrogant and unreasonable. In reality, those who get on the bus and occupy seats dance square dances without caring about other people's feelings and cause disputes. If someone speaks loudly in a public place and makes others upset, the key is for others to come and remind him that he is being arrogant. Do you think this kind of person lacks a bit of human flavor in his personal appearance? The second type is those who start to lose control of themselves after they have a little bit of ability. When they have a little experience, they brag everywhere, which is very annoying. Such people have stopped making progress and are annoying to others. Is there something wrong with this kind of life? The third kind of strange phenomenon is that those who have power no longer look like normal people in terms of their face, demeanor, and tone of voice. It seems that as soon as they gain power, they begin to lack human qualities. Why do some people begin to become less human as soon as they gain power? This is also a problem. The fourth type is those famous people who use various means to seek revenge. They go around asking for their wealth and speak with pouty lips as if no one else is as good as them. In the end, it collapsed and disappeared not long after, disappearing like a gust of wind. The fifth type of people are those who have achieved some success and talk everywhere, as if they are preaching the truth, and the appearance fee is very high. He spoke openly, as if he had no fear. Such people will have many fans, so they think they are leaders of the masses. Of course, what such people say may seem correct, but in fact they are hyping themselves up. Having said so many practical problems, don't be angry or disappointed after hearing this. On the one hand, we ourselves have some problems. On the other hand, they are all our compatriots. Just hating them cannot help them. Of course, we must also firmly believe that with the guidance of the wisdom of our ancestors for thousands of years, we will all make progress. We all know the saying, modest will benefit, but full will cause harm. Why are modesty and modesty virtues? Why does complacency lead to losses? After studying the Tao Te Ching, you will understand more. Complacency is also pride, that is, believing too much in one's own understanding and over-exaggerating the value of self-achievement. Once this is over, it will become a problem. Why? Because the frame of reference used by such a person is a low-level frame of reference, that is, he always compares himself with those who are inferior to him, so he has a feeling that he is very powerful. If we change our frame of reference and compare what we know with the truth, then our understanding and experience may not be of such great value and become objects to be transcended. If you look at those people who are so conceited, it is very difficult to make friends even with ordinary friends. Therefore, if you look at people who are proud, they will often become unlovable people. More importantly, it will also reduce their intelligence. If they are still stubborn, it will lead firmly to the direction of failure. Having said that, we all need to ask ourselves, Can I constantly surpass myself? If I always compare myself with those who are weaker than me and still develop pride and complacency, wouldn't I be deceiving myself? If I compare myself with experts or the truth, I will be humble, and I will be able to absorb energy and improve myself. Lao Tzu tells us, "The great road is the power that dominates us, and any personal understanding and experience are insignificant." What I want to ask my friend is, can you change the frame of reference for measuring your own understanding and experience? Let's talk about the second gain. Put the effort in talking into doing things. In our era, there are many vehicles for spreading words, and people always want to express their own opinions and even do some bizarre things in order to sensationalize and increase their sense of presence. Does our society rely on such actions to develop national strength? It is said that we are in an impetuous era. Yes, there are many impetuous people, and there are also many people who are eager to become famous and make a lot of money. But at the same time, we must not forget that civilization in history was created by down-to-earth people. Even in today's impetuous era, aren't there still a large number of people who are making silent contributions to the country's strength? Lao Tzu warned people in the Tao Te Ching, "It is better to keep the center than to talk too much." Sages teach without words. Good people don't argue. A great debate is like a nag. In life, we also know the truths such as misfortune comes from the mouth, too many words lead to mistakes, too many words hurt others, to talk big is to brag, and we also know that a light promise will lead to a lack of faith. But for many of us, if we don't speak up, we are afraid of being underestimated. In fact, Lao Tzu's wisdom is that actions speak louder than words, and facts speak louder than words. Instead of spending time on words, use it on actions and results. Talk less. On the one hand, you reduce the risks in life, and on the other hand, you focus on actions and results. This positive and negative energy addition and subtraction is a big account of life. The third gain, studying the Tao Te Ching can help us get rid of devilish impulses. In reality, we see that many people are very restless. People without money are restless, and people with money are also restless. Many people's tempers are getting worse and worse, and they get angry when things happen. Conflicts often turn into accidents, and some people lose their lives. With the development of the economy, many people have indeed become financially wealthy, but they seem to have become despicable mentally. A few decades ago, we were economically poor, but many people were spiritually wealthy. Nowadays, many people have solved their economic poverty, but are troubled by spiritual poverty. There is a proverb, if God wants someone to die, he must first make him crazy. We have also really seen some domineering rich people in reality, arrogant celebrities, corrupt officials who pretend to be human but enrich their own pockets, and literati who have written many articles and rated their professional titles but do not know how to fulfill their responsibilities for others. Others are envious, jealous, and angry young people, and liars who have no real qualities but go around the world to deceive others. Look at how society has become like this. Quietness brings benefits. This is a truth that many of us have heard. However, we are still often impulsive. For example, when we hear someone say something, we start to judge or even draw conclusions without understanding it deeply. Think about it. If you just listen to other people's words and don't have sufficient information, then your judgment must be wrong. At this time, the ancient adage, "the listener will understand," has long been forgotten. If we meet someone who opposes us, many people will naturally have an unknown fire in their hearts, always thinking of refuting or confronting us. Will anyone calmly ask the people who oppose us for advice? Some people always want to do a lot of things, but they can't distinguish their priorities. In the end, they make themselves inexplicably irritable and even suffer from depression. There are even some bad people who are always angry, blaming others when they go out, and blaming their family members when they go home, making their home a mess. Do you think this is a human being or a ghost? In reality, many friends have begun to learn to practice, that is, to repair themselves. They became quieter, could see many things clearly, and their tempers also improved. I saw a saying that I would like to share with you. First-class people have ability but have no temper. Second-class people have ability but have a temper. And third-class people have no ability but have a very bad temper. Comparing this, which class of people are you and me? Let's talk about the fourth gain. Studying the Tao Te Ching can free us from the curse of selfishness and self-abasement. People are busy in reality. What are many people busy doing? Everyone is busy giving money to themselves. This is an era where the despicable quality of selfishness is made public and popular. In the past, if someone was said to be selfish, that person would definitely be criticized by everyone. Nowadays, many people already believe that seeking personal gain for oneself is reasonable and legal, and seeking only profit is no longer subject to moral criticism. If you do not seek benefit for yourself, others will still think you're incredible. So selfishness has become an epidemic of the times. Many people are sick, and the name of this disease is selfishness. No one of us should accuse others of being sick, because we ourselves are also sick. Many of us believe that we are successful if we have money, power, and fame. If we have fans, we will have followers. However, does anyone really understand what selfishness is? Is it really in the interest of each of us to appeal to these selfish people and selfish behaviors? Why are those rich people so arrogant and uneducated? Why do people who lack nothing suffer from depression? Why do highly educated people who are officials eventually become corrupt elements that are reviled by thousands of people? Laozi told us a very important rule in life in the Tao Te Ching. The interests of life are not just material and money. The real meaning of life lies in the victory of spirit over material. Blindly pursuing material and money will make your life tilt and lose balance. In the end, being obsessed with these materials and money will destroy yourself, and being addicted to material enjoyment will put you in a dangerous situation that you cannot extricate yourself from. If you don't understand such an important rule until something happens, it may be too late. Only those who understand that they must remain low-key, contented, and even simple materially, and only those who pursue nobility and holiness spiritually can have a successful life. The great truth that Lao Tzu presents to us is, on the one hand, we cannot be enslaved by external temptations. On the other hand, you cannot be kidnapped by your own desires. How to do it? Lao Tzu tells us that only by cultivating the Tao can we maintain the balanced development of life. Between the adventurous actions of a gambler and the conservative and prudent actions, fate often chooses the latter. Let's talk about the fifth gain. Studying the Tao Te Ching can help us transcend the endless futile and evil fights with low-level people. People are competing with others in life and career. Lao Tzu tells us, don't fight for useless things. People must compete with themselves. This is the principle of the winner. If you keep competing with others, you must be on the same level as others. We don't need to compete with the weak, but we can't compete with the strong. If you can constantly compete with yourself and surpass yourself, you will be able to reach a height that others cannot compete with you. This is the indisputable mysterious wisdom of Lao Tzu. Finally, let's talk about the sixth gain. Studying the Tao Te Ching can upgrade our own life model. In reality, people are very busy and tired, and some even physically exhausted, but those who practice Taoism are very leisurely. Why? Because those who practice Taoism know that everything has laws and can use the power of laws, then there will be no difficulties in the world. Because a practitioner is not selfish, he is not entangled, so he is invincible. Because of this, various advantageous resources will automatically converge on him. This is Lao Tzu's mysterious wisdom of doing nothing but doing everything. Being selfless can lead to selfishness, and not fighting can achieve an indisputable state. After talking about the six gains, if we understand these principles, most of the problems in life will be easily solved. This is the Tao. This is the life of enlightenment. Only with the Tao can there be a future. If you don't understand these, just try hard or persist. Just use your limited knowledge and experience. Just do it for yourself. Life will be a sea of suffering. This is no way, that is, a dead end. Speaking of which, do you think I am great? If we don't learn the wisdom of saints, can we ever find liberation in our lives? If one could understand Lao Tzu's thoughts or comprehend a few things, how many problems would there be in life? Learn moral essence. This is the luckiest thing in my life. Let's learn moral essence so that we can have a wise mind. Learn the essence of morality so that you will not insist on treating mistakes as right. After decades of life, be sure not to let yourself down or delay yourself. There is no future if you work hard on the wrong path. If you agree with my point of view, then let us walk into the wisdom world of Laozi's moral essence and get the nutrition of life wisdom.